Hey, have you ever felt like something in your relationship is trying to tell you the truth, but you can't quite put it into words? Like everything seems okay on the surface, yet deep down, something feels different. Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is a space where we talk honestly about relationships, the real emotions, the confusing moments, and everything in between. Because not every feeling is easy to understand, and not every situation is as simple as it looks. Sometimes the smallest details carry the biggest meaning. And today, we're going to start paying attention to those details together. Have you ever wondered how to truly recognize when a woman's feelings go beyond simple attraction and transform into genuine love? Attraction often sparks fast. It can feel magnetic, playful, thrilling, or even a little confusing at times. But love grows differently. It roots itself deep in subtle patterns, often revealed in the way someone behaves, responds, or physically interacts when they are near you. When a woman genuinely cares about you, her body language begins to tell her story for her. You might notice how her shoulders drop slightly when you enter the room, how her tone softens, or how her attention naturally lingers on you without her even realizing it. Her behavior begins to reflect comfort, emotional safety, and closeness. It isn't forced, it simply emerges from the sense of peace she feels around you. Once you start noticing these small, authentic cues, you begin to understand that sometimes love doesn't need to be spoken because her body already speaks it for her. When a woman has formed a deep emotional connection with someone, her physical presence changes in subtle but recognizable ways. Her body naturally relaxes, reflecting the inner calm she feels in your company. The tension she might usually carry in her shoulders or expression starts to fade away. You may find her sitting comfortably beside you, leaning slightly toward your side, or stretching out in a way that feels open rather than guarded. She laughs more freely, breathes more easily, and seems content just to exist in that shared space. She isn't concerned about how she looks or whether she's saying the perfect thing because around you, she feels completely accepted. That level of comfort is rare. It shows that she trusts you not only with her words, but with her unfiltered self. When she feels this kind of ease, it's usually a quiet but powerful sign that what she feels runs deeper than surface attraction. It's emotional safety expressed through presence. When she truly cares for you, her smile changes in a way that's almost impossible to miss. It's not a polite or practiced smile, it's the kind that bursts through naturally, like sunlight breaking through clouds. When she sees you unexpectedly, her whole expression softens. Her eyes light up with warmth even before her lips curve into that familiar grin. These reactions happen instinctively, without a single conscious effort. You may notice that her smile lingers a second longer than normal, as though her heart is reluctant to rush past the moment. It's difficult to fake this kind of joy because it comes from a genuine emotional response. Your presence brings her comfort and happiness, and her body shows it without words. It's one of those unspoken ways love quietly makes itself known. A woman who is emotionally invested in you will often find reasons to stay close, even when she doesn't have to. Physical proximity becomes a form of emotional reassurance. In a crowded room, she may unconsciously choose the seat next to yours or find subtle ways to remain within your personal space. When walking together, she may match your stride or brush lightly against your arm as you move. These small gestures aren't random. They are instinctive ways of saying, "I feel safe here." Even without talking, her presence near you feels intentional and natural. When someone truly cares, closeness becomes more than convenience. It becomes comfort. Her tendency to hover near you is less about attraction and more about belonging. It's her way of saying that your presence feels like home. When she's around you, her entire posture begins to change in ways that reflect deeper emotional security. Her shoulders ease back instead of tensing, her hands move more freely, and her overall presence feels softer, warmer, and more grounded. It's as though every part of her body has learned that it's safe to simply be. You might notice that she leans in when talking, moves with a calm rhythm, or maintains gentle eye contact. These are small, instinctive signals that her guard is down. Her relaxed posture isn't performance, it's her unconscious self recognizing that she doesn't need to protect herself. Love has a way of soothing the body as much as the heart, and when a woman feels secure in your presence, her every movement starts to reflect that peace. Even in group settings where several people might be talking, she naturally orients herself toward you without realizing it. Her knees, feet, or entire body often face in your direction, no matter how many others are present. This instinctive behavior reveals where her focus truly lies. Subtle shifts like these show emotional interest. The body turns toward what the heart values most. During a conversation, you may notice her catching your eyes first when something funny happens, or subtly mirroring your expressions as if your emotions were guiding hers. These are quiet, yet revealing signals of attachment. Physical orientation is the body's way of showing connection before the mind ever puts it into words. So when her attention seems to always find its way back to you, it's rarely coincidence, it's emotional gravity in action. As your bond deepens, she begins to appreciate silence with you. Many people feel uneasy when words fall away. But with you, quiet moments don't feel awkward, they feel intimate. She can sit beside you reading a book, scrolling through her phone, or simply watching the world go by, completely at peace. That calm stillness between you becomes its own kind of conversation. She doesn't feel pressured to fill every moment with noise because your presence is enough. This shared quiet, this easy stillness, is a rare emotional language of its own. It means she feels secure, connected, and content just being near you. It's within those pauses that real love often reveals itself, not through what's said, but through what doesn't need to be spoken at all. Sometimes love doesn't announce itself through words or gestures, it reveals itself in energy. When she's in love, something about her entire presence changes the moment you arrive. Her eyes brighten, her voice softens, or her attention shifts instinctively toward you. The atmosphere feels lighter, more inviting, almost as if the space around her comes alive with warmth. Even when she tries to appear casual or calm, that spark of energy gives her away. It's an emotional response that she may not be able to hide even if she wanted to. You can sense it in the way she becomes more present, more alive, as though simply being near you brings her joy. That shift in her mood, that subtle warmth in her energy often speaks louder than any declaration of love ever could. Love rarely begins loudly. It whispers in patterns, in calm behaviors that repeat themselves in the most genuine ways. It shows up as consistency, patience, and quiet tenderness rather than grand gestures. When a woman truly cares, her body language becomes smoother and her presence easier. You'll feel the difference without needing to ask. She stops performing, she simply exists with you, open and real. The secret is not to overanalyze every small thing she does, but to observe the overall flow over time. When several of these quiet signals start appearing together, and they do so naturally, it's because her feelings are no longer fleeting, they have taken root. Real love doesn't rush to be seen. It reveals itself through comfort, trust, and the peace a person brings whenever they are near. And maybe that's what real connection is all about, not chasing answers, but learning to notice what's already there. Because when something is genuine, it doesn't leave you constantly guessing. It brings a sense of calm you can't ignore. So if you've been paying attention to these little signs, trust what you feel. It usually knows before your mind does. If this resonated with you, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you want more real, honest conversations like this, make sure you're part of this space. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.